All right, how's it going out there, all you Jeffers crafters? Man, I'm back again. We're gonna be watching some TrixyBlox today. We're gonna be watching his top 5 biggest builds that he's done. Well, at least this video is a little bit old, so he's possibly done something bigger, but we're gonna watch what he put together as his 5 biggest builds, and I can't wait to watch it with you guys. So let's get into it. What do you say? All right, guys, let's do it. Are you ready for this?
I've produced many massive Minecraft builds over the years.
Yo, yeah.
But which ones are the best? I've created this top 5 list and included some of my biggest and longest working projects to date, with some even taking several months to make. Now, this list includes my biggest build projects. And if you want to see me do this for my transformation builds or anything else, maybe even my modded transformations, then let me know down in the comments below. So let's get into it, starting with number 5. In 5th place is this medieval island kingdom I made with my friend CliffCon. We built this map together 6 years ago in our free time over the summer. And in total, I want to say it took around 2 months of on and off work.
Look at all of that.
This build is 6 years old, so this is probably one of, or even the first kingdom I've ever worked on. That might also explain the lack of detail in some of the houses, as you got to remember this was such a long time ago, and in a much older version of Minecraft. Plus, I wasn't as experienced in building back then.
Wow, look at that.
We decided to split the kingdom up into different districts.
That is awesome.
It contains a lower class, middle class, and an upper class tier of residential
I've never seen this.
With the large cathedral castle at the back of the island, looming over the kingdom. The castle itself was decent for the time. However, it's pretty clear to see I was fond of the copy and paste tool from World Edit, as that's the primary composition of the building. Either way, this was a fun project and one of my earliest builds. Who knows, it might even be due a transformation.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a dragon.
We'll save that for another video. In 4th place, we have the final scene from Season 7 of Game of Thrones, which, if you haven't seen it yet, then you should definitely give it a watch. Even though they messed up the show with Season 8, I still love Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
I remember watching this season when it came out, and I was literally looking for every and anything I could possibly recreate in Minecraft.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hence the 5 or so other Game of Thrones builds I have on the channel.
When it broke the wall.
If you haven't seen them, then you should definitely go and check them out as well. This is the scene where the Night King burns down the wall with the undead Viserion, and his army of the dead invade Westeros.
Oh yeah,
I love this shot
awesome.
so much, I knew I had to build something for it. Plus, this was where I practiced making some proper dragons for the first time. And it's even similar to the design of the new dragon that I included in my latest upload.
Look at that wall, man.
I remember struggling to terraform the wall for this project using World Edit, as it kept overhauling the server. And I wish at this point I knew more about World Painter, as that could have really saved me some trouble.
That's so cool, man.
Now, while I love Game of Thrones, I love
Avengers, man. Titan.
So, coming in at number 3,
nice.
We have the planet Titan.
I have not seen any of these.
Thanos from Avengers Infinity War.
We gotta check out some of these.
It's almost certainly my favorite Marvel film, and after seeing it in cinema, as soon as I got home, I started working on this project. When the trailer originally dropped, I actually put together a smaller build featuring the donut-like ring ship leaving Earth.
Oh yeah.
So luckily, I was able to reuse that ship design and incorporate it crashing into the planet for this build. Funnily enough, similar to the multiple Game of Thrones builds, I also have several Marvel builds on the channel as well.
Awesome.
I did
we gotta check these out.
Avengers Assemble, Age of Ultron, and Infinity War. The only Avengers film that I have yet to produce a build for is my second favourite Marvel film, Endgame. So actually, if you want to see me do anything for that, then let me know down in the comments below as well. I can't recall how long this took to complete, but I remember working on it on and off for about a month. I also remember World Edit not complying nicely and crashing several times due to the size of the project. But eventually, I managed to finish things up and complete the build.
Yeah, the render distance is far on that one.
Coming in at number 2 is a recent and ongoing project of mine, the Underground Kingdom. Now obviously I couldn't put this as number 1 as technically the build isn't even complete yet. But even so, I had to include it to the list as it's one of my most recent and relevant builds on the channel. Now, I'm sure you've seen the videos I've produced for this project, but we are well into spending several hundreds of hours working on this build, with more still to go. As you've probably noticed from the other builds you've seen, I tend to recreate a lot of stuff from films or video games, meaning I never tend to let my imagination sprawl out and go wild. which is exactly why this build is so challenging for me. I'm relying on pure imagination and inspiration for this project, not just copying from images or video clips I found online.
Yeah, that's
but
cool though,
having
man.
said that,
Damn.
I've loved how it's turned out so far.
That's amazing.
This is also the second kingdom I've ever made, the first of which you saw at the beginning of this video. The elvish fantasy building style for this project has been well out of my comfort zone and nothing like I've ever previously made before, so it's definitely a real challenge. Either way, I'm sure you're all wondering what number 1 is, so let's move on.
Let's do it. That is so cool. That would be
and
number
finally,
1.
Coming in at number 1,
oh, Age of Ultron,
one of my biggest
Sokovia.
and longest working projects to date, my recreation of the final scene from Avengers Age of Ultron. I told you I love Marvel films.
Hey man,
so
I do too.
If by chance you haven't seen it, this is the climax of the film, where Sokovia gets ripped up from the ground and lifted into the sky,
by
to
Ultron.
later plummet back down to Earth. This build took ages.
Oh,
months, in fact.
I bet.
I specifically remember it taking ages as well, as building an entire city with hundreds of unique buildings quickly became very laborious and grueling. Not to mention the huge amount of world edit terraforming that came when practically surrounding the entire city with large-scale mountains. And of course the giant section of land lifting into the sky. Again though, I remember watching this scene in the cinema and specifically thinking to myself, I've got to build that. I don't know,
yeah,
they
man.
called me a madman. In fact, even in these cinematic shots, I'm not even able to load the entire build in. It's that massive.
Dang.
I had to specifically make this render just to see the build properly. And that's not even including all of the surrounding mountains. But you know,
So
even though
huge.
it was a painstaking process, there's something satisfying about completing a large-scale project such as this one.
I've never
Plus,
done it,
if
man.
it wasn't for this and all of my other builds, I might not be in the position I'm in today.
Yeah, really true. I mean,
But
so
that's
awesome.
it for my 5 biggest Minecraft builds.
Awesome,
Obviously,
man.
I have tons more, and if you know of any that weren't included in this list, then comment them down below and let me know where you think they should have come. What do you think my top...
All right. So I'm gonna stop it right there, just because that's a good point to stop, I think. But man, I've never seen any of these. I gotta go check out more, dated back on his channel so I can see some of these Avengers builds and Game of Thrones builds, guys. And I'll probably start watching some of these with you guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you would like these TrixyBlox reaction videos to keep coming, because I would love to watch some of this stuff that I've just never seen before with you. Okay, so yeah, it was really cool. I think he made good choices. I would put his underground kingdom maybe first over the Age of Ultron, but I mean, either way, it's good choice, right? So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for coming here and watching this stuff with me. Don't forget to go check out the SMP I'm in. Savvy made an SMP. I got invited, and there's 7 of us on there. We're building, we're having amazing time. We got some videos out, so go check out that, and go check out all of the members of the SMP on their channels. I hope you have a good afternoon, good evening, good night, okay? And we'll see you next time. Peace.